spent August trying my best to enjoy the last few weeks of summer. Even with the crazy heat and humidity, I went outside as much as I could. One night I tried capturing the moon through my telescope. It's a kid's telescope I've had since I was like 10. Super shaky footage, but still pretty cool. Nine times out of 10, I'm gonna have myself a sweet drink to enjoy while working on any projects. Tonight, I'm having a homemade sweet tea with a little bit of soy milk. I like to sweeten the tea with a mixture of regular sugar and light brown sugar. Now, I usually have on some music in the background. You can find my monthly playlist filled with music I listened to in August on my TikTok page linked below. Drawing full bodies has always been difficult for me. My piece Consumed By that I worked on back in June and July really pushed me out of my comfort zone. Drawing digitally has its benefits. At the end of me trying my best with drawing the initial sketch, I could go in and add in any reference photos I used to see how my proportions line up. This is helpful for drawing more realistically, but as I continue to move forward with drawing people, I want to be able to do more stylized renditions of the human form. I want to try and do practice sessions like this more often. On days when it's not so humid and hot, I try to sit outside as much as I can. And one of my favorite things to do outside is read. This month, I started reading 2 new stories. The first is a comic titled Monstrous. The summary goes, set in an alternate matriarchal 1900s Asia, in a richly imagined world of Art Deco inflected steampunk, Monstrous tells a story of a teenage girl who is struggling to survive the trauma of war, and who shares a mysterious psychic link with a monster of tremendous power, a connection that will transform them both and make them the target of both human and otherworldly powers. That was a mouthful and took multiple takes to get, especially because I kept messing up, Matriarchal. Anyways, the artwork is beautifully drawn and colored. The Art Deco and steampunk influences really shine. But damn, this story is starting off dark. I'm not really into darker stories that have a lot of tragedy and struggle, but I really wanted to give it a try because of the art style. I only read issue number 1. I don't really feel the need to keep going with the story just yet. I'm gonna put it on pause. Maybe I'll come back to it in the future. The second story that I read is the book titled The Stardust Grail. Here's a very simplified summary. This is a story about a retired galaxy-traveling art thief being called back into the life she left behind in order to help a friend whose species is going extinct unless they can find and steal the last known artifact that can save them. The exact same artifact that galactic space troops are also after in order to explore its workings and potentially preserve the hyperspace traveling web that connects Earth to a number of other galaxies teeming with life. I'm only about halfway through. It's good so far. Without spoiling too much, I enjoy how the main character explores what it means for her to study other alien cultures and seeing how her opinions and relationships led to her life of thieving. And here's some clips of me messing around with my camera settings trying to capture the rain. For a couple days in August, I spent some time continuing to practice painting nature. I really like the watercolor look of nature in Studio Ghibli movies, so I found some references on Pinterest that looked similar. In the past, I kept using gouache because I can easily achieve the look of watercolor, but I still have a hard time layering it without reactivating the paint underneath. During these practice sessions, I heavily focused on using acrylic paint. I diluted the paint and used it in a similar way that I would use gouache. Acrylic allows for easier layering since it doesn't reactivate. When using reference photos to learn painting techniques, I try not to make my piece look exactly like the photo. I'm not here to recreate the exact image. Instead, I'm looking at the values, looking at the brushstrokes, looking at how the paint lays, observing and getting an idea of how the original artist probably painted their work. Then asking myself, what do I want to incorporate into my own technique? And then shifting my process from there. To end the summer, I wanted to do a small trip for me and my sister, something that didn't require a lot of money to do, and a place to walk around and do some sightseeing. I saw some TikTok videos on how 𝘓𝘂 in New Jersey has old Victorian-style homes, as well as a cute shopping strip, all right by the beach. This store is the only one that really caught my eye and the only one that I bought something from. The gift shops and boutiques had high-ish prices. Stores by the beach tend to be like that, so it was no surprise to us. Was it good?
It tastes like a rose, like a straight up rose. I don't know if that makes sense.
This house is actually a boutique. It's a really cute building to have a shop in. Love that we ended the day with some ice cream. I got coffee and chocolate ice cream with brownies and fudge. I really enjoyed this trip with my sister. We got to spend some time together somewhere we haven't visited before, and I got to continue practicing using my camera. A pretty chill way to end the summer.